Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Growing Up Alien. So we're in a different place today, my kitchen. This is right over here is where the boys were, and under the table is where Jesse is. So you may get a serenade. Yeah, so it looks like we hit over target with the story on the California base, which is again a great thank you for the member who found the information that I never put two and two together. So maybe there was a reason. But yeah, so the Sith, the cabal, whatever you want to call them, the syndicate, they weren't too happy with that. And everything they do, they keep burning their cookies because if they come after any of us after we do something, then we know that what we did was accurate. In fact, that's the best way, in my opinion, to tell if something that you've discovered, had a vision of, understood, or are presenting gains the or pokes the bear, or what you want to call it. I love to do that. Gets their attention, then yeah, you're rock. So it strikes me that something weird is happening with some of the social media, and I think and I'm just guessing, like I said, it might have something to do with timelines. This is what I'm feeling like. They were trying to lock down social media, and it sounds ridiculous. Like, why would they have any interest in social media? It's like, well, that's where we're actually doing our work, so makes sense. Um, they're going back in time and I feel like they're dismantling some kind of AI surveillance that's using SEO and things like that to target certain things. Like whenever people in the tech fields or in the disclosure arena come out with something that will trigger the AI, then they'll do something behind the scenes. But I feel like they've gone back, messed up that, and now you're seeing the change. So when you work through time, your present will change, but you won't realize it's changed. I know a lot of folks feels like I feel something. Yeah, you might notice something. But it'll change in the past, which creates a new present. And then of course that's going to alter where the future ends up. So it's kind of a loop where the present is created by the past, and the past shifts the present and changes the direction of where it's going to go in the future. But it's doing it in real time. So the current present can be altered. So it's really interesting the way these things, this is where the war is actually being fought. So when we talk about people seeing things or going places or experience something, it's not just about that, it's about when. So I was on Mars and I saw this, or I was on Jupiter and I saw this. When? When were you on Jupiter? So that's something to keep in mind because this is a time. It's set through time. It's also realities are phased in. So you could be in a place, I was there physically and I saw this. Like, it may have only happened in a weird pocket dimension. It doesn't mean it didn't happen, but it happened in a very unique experience that is only pertains to you. So anyway, that's it. It's there's like what is reality here is anyone's guess. So I'm actually just going to show you what they did to one of these. This is the base one, actually. So I'll pull this up. Doop, there it is. So it says disapproved. I click on that. And so the base story, the Dume base, it's actually it's up. They just won't let me promote it. So when you want to promote some videos that you want to promote because then it gets in front of, well, theoretically, it gets in front of other people who wouldn't otherwise be able to find what they're looking for. Like if you're looking for a new pair of skis and you start Googling skis, all of a sudden you get all these ads for skis. That's actually how that works. So, and of course it's diabolical too, but the Dune based thing we covered, actually, they disapproved because they said there it is, election advertising in the United States. So apparently, our Doom base story was all about an election, and we were covering and promoting a political candidate in that story. You do you on that. Does that makes absolutely no sense? That's what they do. They just make stuff up. If you try to fight it, let me get rid of this thing. Whoops, I don't want that up. No, I can't see what I'm doing. Yeah, I mean, it's complete nonsense. Does anybody here think that the story we did on the Dume base coverage has to do with an election and supporting and promoting a political candidate? So the reason they wouldn't let me promote it was because that video was promoting a political candidate. Like, okay. And they'll strike me all the time for any music I use, but the music that I use is from Canva and it's copyright free. And on Canva, it actually has a copyright statement that says creators using it for such and such purposes, like what I'm using it for here, can do that, and it's copyright free for that purpose. And I've told YouTube that. So when they give you a strike, you can counter the strike and say, well, look, this is, and I show them the evidence, and they just continue to do it. And this is on purpose. It isn't like, it's like, yeah. So that then, but the thing is that when you go to have some kind of contention to what they've slandered you with, they have a little thing there that says, "Oh, if this is frivolous or you're kind of harassing us, then we'll take down your channel." So you basically do. I mean, this is complete. Yeah, this is YouTube is complete censorship. I'll call it YT. YT is complete censorship. It controls everything. Has its own rules. It makes stuff up. It pulls, as you see, pulls stuff out of thin air, creates all kinds of fake scenarios. They actually allow other people to take down other people's channels. And there's ways that they do that. And I know the ways. Happened to Rob. And I told Rob, I said, that's what they're going to do. And they did it. And you can't do anything about it. And if you try to do anything about it, they continue to consider you a troublemaker and they'll take down your channel. Like, it's complete, Sith. We all know that. But to see it actually in process is interesting. Weird stuff is happening with my channel right now. Like I'll have some videos that have 43,000 views. I'm like, what the fuck? How did it? Like the highest I think video views I've had was from one when we did a story with Will and Linda, and I think that got 12,000 views. And then it was 2 weeks ago, I had a video up that got 43,000 views for no out of like, and you can see it. It's like and some videos only get 900 views or 600 views, and other videos will get 2,000 views. Usually my main view is like 1.2 to 1.5 thousand views. And then out of the blue now, I'm getting 22,000 views on random, like what the, that makes no sense. So I've done some experiments where I promoted a bunch of videos to see like what will happen. And the one that we just did with Renata is not getting the views. And then other just simple random ones are getting, 22,000. So there's some shit going down. That don't make any sense. And you'll see this on a lot of people's, stuff. And you can't understand what, or whatever's behind these. It's not that I'm doing, that's for sure. I'm just, I don't make any sense. So the reason I want to show this, let me pull it up. Share. Okay. Facebook. I hate Facebook. It's stupid. Anyway. So I like, here's the reason I don't like Facebook, but here's the reason I think it's handy for us is that it's easy for us to oops, sorry. It's easy for us to hoping, oh my God, he's gonna be like shit. No. Andy's putting up his own channel, so he's gonna be public. He is public. He's on your Facebook. And by the way, Andy is one of our moderators on the Growing Up Alien Facebook chat. So here's the short I did showing the Dume base. And I put up a lot of shit. I'm a shit poster on Facebook, unless people know me. And I always have, the same folks that will comment and we have a chit chat and whatever. Well, somebody had messaged me and they're like, dude, like, this one you did with the Dume base, the short, like you're getting fucked, there's like, I'm like, what? They're like, you're getting this crazy, absolute tsunami of bullshit. And I'm like, because I never get that. The last time we got that, and I'll put a link in the description here to some of those other videos. So we had a really boring live once. This is last year. And I think Ivanilda showed up and Linda showed up. And it was just like, no one felt like it. We're all tired. And so it was we kind of get going a little bit somewhere. Well, right before we were ready to end the live, massive stream in the chat of this like vulgar, and that's what they'll do. That's how you know, right? So this is one thing people have to understand if you're going to start doing this shit is that the deep state, the military likely, will have these AI that will, flood either your comment section or they'll flood your live. They'll follow you as well. So if you go on somebody else's show, they'll make comments there, the same comments, derogatory comments. Everyone will have their own cookie cutter derogatory comments that follow them. That's from the AI. That's from the Sith, and they're not real people. So when you click on the name, say if you're on YouTube, let's just say, you click on the name of the person well, the thing, not the bot that wrote the comment, and you go to their YouTube channel, and it's fake. It doesn't make any sense. There's no information on the person. So this is what you have to, you have to be your own Sherlock Holmes. So a normal person, no matter how shy they are, whatever, when they decide to say make a YouTube channel, they'll give some information about themselves. And then what they'll post is usually their stuff, right? Maybe they like to garden, or maybe they like music, or whatever they like. You can see it. It makes sense. There is a certain framing that and a cohesion on their channel. So when these fake channels come up, and they'll use real faces, like you're saying, well, it looks like a real person. It's like, yeah, they're using photos of random real people. They don't look like AI photos. They look like real photos. They probably just grabbed them somewhere. And then when you go on their channel, it's like, it's like weird clips of random, like, opera, food, dirt bikes. It's like, what the fuck? None of the stuff on their channel is theirs. They're just collections of bizarre things. So that's how you know it's a fake channel. Nobody does that. So on Facebook, I've noticed they're doing a couple of different things. And I'll click on one here to show you what a fake channel looks like. So be really careful when you're friending. So they're doing a spam friend account right now. And I tell people, if you want to friend me on Facebook, in your Facebook page, give some kind of information as to who you are. You know what I mean? Because it's really weird if there's not a lot of information on there. Because that to me is a red flag that it's a fake channel. I can't tell the difference if it's a fake channel. I'm not going to take a chance that it's a fake channel or a real person. So put real information on there. Because they're not doing that yet. I'm sure they will at some point. But it's definitely creepy. Put some kind of picture up. Don't have on Facebook. Put something up. I don't care what it is, a flower or whatever. If you don't want to put your face on there, that's fine. I get that. But don't leave it blank. No, you got to understand that this is a game we're playing. So, and I understand there's a lot of innocent people out there. I used to be innocent. You can't do that because people are just gonna not answer you because they're like, oh, this looks fake, and you can't take the chance. Are we already being followed by of course we are. Nothing is secret. What you think, what you dream, what you say, there's nothing secret. There's nowhere you're hiding. Anyone who thinks they're hiding I'll be a fool. Yeah. You do you, but they know where you are, what you're doing at all times. So anyway, everybody's tracked. What you're thinking, they know what you're thinking. Oh, I don't use Google because they follow you. They follow you everywhere. They already follow you. It's like, Jesus, you're chipped up the ass. So especially if you're one of us, if you're a starseed, if you're one of the resistance, yeah. You can't hide in your basement. They know who you are. And if you do hide in your basement and you want to go, oh, I don't want to get in trouble. They got you. That you are the low-hanging fruit they're going to grab. And I say this over and over again because I've seen it. So we got freaking let's see, now it's 511 comments, which I never get on anything. And always the comments I get are just from usual folks that are, oh yeah, oh no, they share their story and everything, So we got nailed with bots. So, and the weird thing was I started getting, almost all were Latino. I'm like, what the? That is so weird. I'm like, what? They're all almost all Latino guys that liked automobiles. And I'm like, oh, that's so weird. But that's what they did. Those are bots, not real people. They're weirdos. I think I have a suspicion as to so there's a reason they did that, and I think I know what it is. So anyway, I'm going to show you this one. And so there's see here, this guy here, John Farnell, that's not a real person. So 17 or 18 miles under the Pacific, that's not what I said. And I did comment on it. It's not worth commenting. You don't, I think you mess up initially and you'll reply thinking it's a person. It's not a person. It's an AI, but it will reply back because they have a script that they use. Um, so yeah. And again, when it's, a lot of our followers were like, no, I didn't mean that. Could they go 17 or 18 miles down? Sure they could. But what I meant was it's the base. The base is 17 or 18 miles along the coastline. That's how long, and it goes into the mountain. I've said that ad nauseum. Um, so then see, these are the bots. See, there they go. And then you have, all right, so Wayne, so here's another one. They just use a really long snorkel. Usually sometimes they make sexual, this one didn't use sexual comments, but sometimes they will. Maybe because Facebook would get them. Like, yeah, you want to see your cat's ass? Like, oh, you look like Bob Denver. I can see you from, they'll put a bunch of shit like that. And I love it because and I told them, I said, I missed you guys. I really missed our conversations and our chats. And, I've been thinking about you. I play with them like that. They can't fuck with me because it's just like I'll just play with you until you can't. There's nothing you can say to me. There's nothing you can do. I'm just gonna play with you. And they know that because I never made it to the SSP because they couldn't control me. So I imagine you couldn't control me as an 8-year-old. Can imagine you can control me now? You can't. So, oh, you're crazy. Yeah, 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 actually. That was the problem. As a matter of fact, that was the problem. There it is. So this person here, these are all fake people. Uh, that's see, and they're AI, so they'll reply, they'll do all kinds of stuff. So we're on the planets even closer to that deep. Those are all they're just so they create their own little stories and they go with it. So it caught that more than double the depth of the Mariana Trench. That's actually not even what it. So they'll just go off on something that's not even what I said. But again, they're bots, they're AI. So that's so see this guy here. There's Michael. That's a fake. If you go on the channel, it's fake. I didn't realize that and they're always. You know what's weird? I don't understand it, but they're always men. It'll be like no, no. I'm gonna say almost 100. If there's, it's 100% men. It's always men. I don't understand why. That's pretty dumb. Because I think they'd have more impact if they actually had some women doing it. Because people are more likely to believe that a woman is like a real. I just think that's really stupid for them. To, yeah, really weird. So there's that. Just got here, John Stewart, Leslie, Shite, that's all them. And Lorraine, he's like, what? She was cute. She's like, oh, I can, no, this John Leslie guy is fake. I'll show you in a minute. It's not a real account. I'll show you what a fake account looks like. And they will reply back. Like she said, you're full of shit. And he says, yeah, but very short and to the point. They will play with you. And it's so fun to play with these AI. That's another, like I said, there's like 514 of these comments. Again, some are our team, but a lot of them are like, see, Sandra's a woman and she's on it. She's like, what? And she answered back, there it is. Let's see. I played with a few of them. So I'll always play with them like this. I'll make fun of them. I'm like, no, I mean following the coastline, but I assumed all y'all would have common sense. Sorry, my bad. Never assume, like I said, we have an IQ level here that we expect people to meet. And again, that's my bad. Sorry about that. So here we go. Yeah, see Spencer Lemon, that's a fake name. That's a fake account. This is bullshit. See anything like that. You can see all these. See, Jared Johnson, fake account. Oh, I wonder if that's the same Jared. Nathaniel. Nate, as you know. Jared is one of his handlers. That would be awesome if it was Jared. I like Jared. Jared rocks. I like to play with Jared. Thomas Martin. Yeah. Yeah, see, that's a fake one. Most people are dumb enough to believe this nonsense. The structure would be blah, 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 so that's all deep state. Anyway, enough of that. I'll show you where is this? What a fake one looks like. There it is. They're clever now. They're getting better. Okay, see, that's a fake account. This is a fake. And they'll have friends and followers. They may have like they're not very good at it. They'll have like maybe 200, 300 friends, something like that. Fake, fake, fake. Nothing there. See? Like who would create a Facebook account that looks like this? And that's their page. So when you're looking at accounts, that's stuff you want to watch because they're them. So anyway, just celebrating. Pop the champagne. Yeah, that's how you know we're gonna have to spend more time looking into that shit because it looks like we nailed it. Over target. Yep. I'm gonna do some more of those, knock on wood. And much gratitude, as always, for the Sith, the Deep State, the MyLabs, the MK Ultra, the SSP, the Dark Op military. I want to thank all of them for assisting us in our work and definitely helping to vindicate some of the information we share. Wish they'd, come on more. Want to hear more from them. Like I said, I miss them. Really would love to engage some more time with them. There's such cool people to hang out with. So 'cause I can't express the gratitude towards their assistance in helping our resistance movement take them down. So couldn't do a better job ourselves. They're doing a great job of taking themselves down, and it's a win-win, I think, on all sides at this point. So anyway, cool beans, and as always, see you upstairs if I can find the off button. I find it stupid.